I'm from 90 minutes away-ish, depending on the traffic. And I remember coming to Sparks game as a kid, and my mom would take me, and I'm just super grateful. There is a level of intensity and work ethic that I do bring to the table, but really just I'm grateful for this opportunity to show that being one of the best players.
The Las Vegas Aces dynasty is starting to unravel, and Kelsey Plum just confirmed it in her first press conference with the LA Sparks. She didn't hold back, throwing subtle yet pointed jabs at her former team.
You had some say over where you wound up as a result of this trade, and you chose the Sparks. What sold you on LA?
The vision. There's a ton of talent in the front court. Obviously, I have a history playing with De'Erica, whom I love, so that was a big part, but also just coach's vision, you know, new coach, new GM, new philosophy, and to be honest, opportunity to lead, opportunity to be one of the best players in the league at a different level and a different scale, and just kind of been chomping at the bit. So preparation, I've been playing high-level basketball for a long time, but it's an opportunity to take it to another level.
5 key players have left the Las Vegas Aces, and now controversy is surrounding Aja Wilson and Becky Hammond. What went wrong in Vegas? Why are top players leaving? And is Kelsey Plum hinting at deeper issues within the Aces locker room? Today, we're breaking down the shocking fallout, Plum's pointed comments, and how this could reshape the future of the WNBA.
You are a proven scorer in the WNBA, but it sounds like you got something to prove running the point. Why is that? Why does that register with you the way that it has in the comments that you made?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like, I know I've always been able to play make, but my team and like the positions I've been put in, I've played the two. I played off the ball. I played, you know, a lot of, you know, catch and shoot and things like that. But for me, I can put it on the floor, and I know that, you know, the opportunity to have the ball in my hands a little bit more and make plays is something that I'm very excited about. But I know I have and I've worked on. You know, I said it earlier at the press conference that people forget.
The offseason has been full of surprises, but no one saw Kelsey Plum making such a bold statement in her first press conference with the LA Sparks. When she said, "I've been treated better than I ever have as a WNBA player," fans immediately realized she was throwing shade at her former team. This wasn't just a casual remark about her excitement for a new beginning. It was a clear sign that things in Vegas weren't as perfect as they seemed.
3-time All-Star, 2-time champion. So you're a very proven commodity in the WNBA, so you're going to be counted on to provide leadership. How do you convey leadership to a young team?
I think it's just about consistency, and I think showing up every day. And I remember when I was young, as a rookie, just seeing pros, vets show up consistently and perform, right? And there's no, you know, you can't have an off day when you're a leader, right? It's not about you. And so I think learning that through time, that's been something that I'm really excited to take here to LA. And I know that I'm a little bit of a different style. You know, we talked about it earlier back there. You know, I play with joy. I have a lot of flair to me, but you know, that's who I am, and that's kind of how I've always been. And so I'm going to continue to be.
Kelsey Plum has been with the Aces since being drafted in 2017, witnessing both their struggles and their championship runs. She played alongside stars like Aja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Jackie Young. But out of nowhere, Plum was ready to walk away, and she wasn't the only one.
You know, I know that this is not going to be an easy road. I know that this is, I probably took the path of most resistance. But that's what's exciting to me, because that's what I've always done, and I've always flourished in that. So it's like the hotter the fire, you know, the brighter the diamond.
When that ball goes up in the air against the Aces, is there going to be a little something extra there for you?
I mean, there's some extra at the pickup game we had today. So, so for me, if anything, there's just love. I'm super grateful for the time that I've had in Las Vegas.
The Aces have lost 5 key players this offseason, a mass exodus no one saw coming. Kate Martin, Sydney Colson, Tiffany Hayes, Alicia Clark, and of course, Kelsey Plum, gone. This isn't just typical offseason movement. It's a collapse of the team's depth, chemistry, and culture. So, what's really going on in Vegas? Is this simply a case of salary cap restrictions forcing tough roster decisions? Or is there something deeper at play that pushed Plum and others to leave? When a team wins back-to-back championships, you'd expect players to stay, not leave. Winning teams typically attract talent, not lose it, which makes the Aces' rapid downfall so strange. It might make sense if one or two players left for better contracts or bigger roles, but losing 5 key pieces in a single offseason? That's a red flag signaling something much bigger.
Playing for Becky, playing with Asia, playing with Chelsea, playing with Jack. I could go down the line of so many players that I played with. Obviously winning championships and having great memories, but more than that, just really the ability to be able to develop. You know, I think there was a time where I was coming off the bench, right? And there was a time where, it was a little bit of uncertain about my future in terms of where I could be in this league. And so for me to get that opportunity and to be able to win at that level, I'm grateful. So there's no, anything like that, but life, there's a new chapter and we're here and I'm ready.
The offseason has been full of surprises, but the biggest shock of all came when Kelsey Plum made a bold statement in her first press conference with the LA Sparks. She didn't just say she was happy in LA. She claimed she's been treated better than ever before. This wasn't just a casual comment about a new opportunity. It was a pointed jab at her former team, the Las Vegas Aces. Fans quickly realized that Plum was hinting at some deeper issues within the Aces organization that led her to leave. Plum has been with the Aces since 2017, experiencing both the team's highs and lows, from their early struggles to their championship runs. She played alongside stars like Aja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Jackie Young, but despite her success, something made her want out. And she wasn't the only one. The Aces have lost 5 key players this offseason: Kate Martin, Sydney Colson, Tiffany Hayes, Alicia Clark, and Kelsey Plum. This isn't just typical roster movement. It's a collapse of the team's depth, chemistry, and overall culture. So, what's happening in Vegas? Is this a result of salary cap issues, or is something much deeper causing the turmoil? When a team wins 2 championships in a row, you'd expect players to want to stick around. Winning franchises attract talent, so the fact that the Aces are losing talent left and right is both strange and concerning. If only 1 or 2 players left for better contracts or roles, that would be one thing. But losing 5 key players in one offseason signals a bigger issue at play. Plum's comments about being treated better in LA than she ever was in Vegas highlight a deeper frustration. Some theories suggest that Aja Wilson's rising dominance may have overshadowed the other stars. There's no denying that Wilson is the face of the Aces. She's a 2-time MVP and a superstar. But could her leadership style have made it difficult for other players to shine? Plum, known for her vocal leadership and fiery competitiveness, may have felt confined by Wilson's star power, despite her own impressive performance on the court. Meanwhile, the LA Sparks are in rebuilding mode and looking for a new face of the franchise. Plum now has the chance to lead, a role she's been craving. But it's not just about her role on the court. It's also about the Aces' struggles as an organization. For one, their front office is a mess. The Aces fired GM Natalie Williams months ago but have yet to hire a replacement, leaving the franchise directionless. Who's making the big decisions, negotiating contracts, and setting the long-term vision? There's also speculation that head coach Becky Hammond wants to take on the dual role of head coach and general manager. While Hammond is an incredible coach, taking on both roles could be a sign that the organization is struggling to find the right leadership. To make matters worse, the Aces are dealing with the Dika Hami controversy. Hami, a former Aces player, filed a complaint against the team for mistreating her after announcing her pregnancy. The WNBA fined the Aces $500,000 and stripped them of their 2025 first-round draft pick, one of the harshest penalties in league history. This paints the Aces in a terrible light and raises questions about their internal culture. If they mistreated a veteran player, how are they treating others? And then there's the salary cap investigation. The Aces are being looked into for possibly providing undisclosed benefits to players, which could lead to even more penalties if proven. All of these issues combined point to a franchise in turmoil. The Aces, once seen as a dream destination for players, are now losing talent at an alarming rate. In contrast, the Indiana Fever are on the rise. For years, they were the league's worst team, struggling to attract talent and stuck in a never-ending rebuild. But that's all changing with the addition of Caitlin Clark, a generational talent who's already changing the way people view the Fever. Indiana isn't just relying on Clark to turn things around. They've also brought in experienced veterans, like Natasha Howard, Danana Bonner, and Sophie Cunningham, making the Fever not just competitive, but a serious championship contender. Most importantly, players now want to play in Indiana. While the Aces are losing trust, the Fever are building a positive team culture where players feel valued and excited about the future. Kelsey Plum's comments were a warning sign about the Aces' internal struggles, and if they don't address these issues soon, their dynasty could crumble before it even fully takes off. The bigger question now is, if Plum is speaking out, who's next? Will more former players come forward with their own stories? Will free agents start avoiding Vegas as a destination? The Aces are on the brink of losing everything they've built, and if they don't act fast, they may never recover. Meanwhile, the Fever are positioning themselves for long-term success, setting up a future where they could be legitimate,